I also want to associate myself with the sentiments that have been made by my colleagues. And I also do not want to delve so much on the judgment that was delivered last week, because I've actually gone through it. In all aspects, I'm actually against it by all standards, because it actually does not meet jurisprudential, authority in all aspects. I mean, the learned judges, Honorable Speaker, only focused on what we call the school of thought in jurisprudence that we call positivism, where they are so keen on unnecessary positivism and they ignore the element in a very social matter, ignore the socialism jurisprudence, ignore the natural law in all aspects, Honorable Speaker. But I do not want to go that direction, Honorable Speaker. But of importance, Honorable Speaker, for me, it is the character of the Council of Governors. Honorable Speaker, NG-CDF is 2.5% of the national budget. Each constituency gets about 130 million thereabout when you do tabulation. County governments get a minimum of 15%. In fact, this house gave them in the last financial year 25% last financial year. About 25 or 26% thereabout. In the last financial year, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, when you do tabulation, you'll realize that in the 2.5% that we get, or the constituencies get in terms of the NG-CDF, each constituency gets about 120 million at the highest, or 140 million shillings. Honorable Speaker, with the allocated amounts in the counties, some counties that get about 11 billion in the shared revenue, place in their budget 500 million for the office of the governor's expense. 500 million. But NG-CDF for the consumption of the common mwananchi, only 100 million. With 11 billion in some counties, and even some of them getting up to 15 billion, you will actually need a microscope, and I've said this several times, to see what governors do. But they were the first people to go in court, Honorable Speaker. They applied to be interested parties in this matter. They even wrote a letter to the Chief Justice. And in now very common character and demeanor of the current court, Honorable Speaker, they've applied what we call judicial activism, populist rulings, populist judgments, where they now get their jurisprudence from Facebook, from social media, from messages they get, and sometimes from some political leaders who are against very important constitutions.
The Honorable Makali Mulu.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I also want to add my voice to this important debate. And without really repeating what my colleagues have said, I want just to raise three issues. The first one, Honorable Speaker, as a person who has a lot of experience in development matters, Honorable Speaker, the NG-CDF as a development model has been confirmed to be one of the best in this world. And that's the reason, Honorable Speaker, why a number of assemblies, national assemblies in different countries, have actually come here to benchmark on this model. And I'm surprised when I see our judges being so ignorant about this important model. The second point, Honorable Speaker, is that when you look at the way this model operates, it's only about 5% which goes to administrative expenses. There is no other development model in this world which uses only 5% in terms of, Honorable Speaker, administrative expenses. And I think that's why my colleagues are saying, Honorable Speaker, that the governors and the senators are getting concerned of an issue. Because if you go to the county governments, the recurrent expenditure, Honorable Speaker, goes all the way up to 70%. So, Honorable Speaker, what worries me most is that our judges, Honorable Speaker, who live in this country, and I do expect they also visit their rural setting, should have seen what development has been done through CDF. And more so, Honorable Speaker, the issue of bursaries to the needy students. They can remove the members of parliament from the program, but if the program is good, Honorable Speaker, I would recommend that we retain the program and get a way of keeping the members of parliament out of it. Even now, we are only patrons, Honorable Speaker. We are not implementers. So, Madam Speaker, what worries me most is a situation where Instead of our judges fixing what is not working, they want to destroy what is working. That is unfortunate, and we cannot allow that. So I want to urge our honorable members, honorable Speaker, that we make sure this important fund is entrenched in the Constitution, and this House has the power to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable members, the ball is in our court. Can we